Hi, this is little Wesley. Say hi. And his mom Jolie. And Wesley came in to our office. You guys came in a couple
2 months ago.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't for neck or back pain. You know, Wesley had an eye problem with his right eye. So first of all, how did you hear about us? I mean, how did you hear about coming in here?
Well, from a friend. We were looking for a chiropractor in the area, and she was coming to your dinner because she had actually recommended somebody else until she had come to the dinner. So that's how we heard about Dr. Tressler, but we didn't know what he could do.
And the dinner talk was, we do these outreach into the community. We just invite people in for a dinner and explain what we do, because we're quite unique what we do, and we love getting out to the community and meet somebody. So that's awesome that's how that happened. So explain what was happening with Wesley and his eye.
Well, Wesley, probably about like 8 weeks is when we really started to notice his right eye was weaker and turning in, and it was pretty much constant. So that's sort of what we were dealing with at the time. And
what did they tell you? I mean, what was your down the road approach? I mean, what were you planning to do? Well,
we had been to an ophthalmologist, and he was recommending surgery on the eye muscle to adjust the eye muscle, and we were also patching his stronger left eye.
Was anything working, changing, or?
That was the thing. It was always different. One day it was bad, one day it was good. So it was always, we didn't know what was working. Yeah. But we also had drops for his eyes for about 3 months to help. They were told to relax his muscle, but nothing was really. We couldn't see any changes that we knew were working.
And then when you came here, we did, and it's funny when we check posture and check and see if there's any imbalances in babies. I don't know if you've ever seen this done before. we held Wesley upside down and by his pelvis to see, and he was really twisted. Mm-hmm. Remember that? His hips were twisted, his back was twisted, so it showed stress on his spine and nerves, kind of like if you looked at your posture and we were all twisted as an adult. That's what you were doing, which means there's some nerve pressure on that area in the neck, which could correlate to the eye. So we started doing some real light adjustments. Is this your first experience with chiropractic?
Yeah.
Okay,
yep.
So it was a big step for you, right. Wasn't it? And so you come in, and after like 3 weeks, what happened?
3
what
weeks
did you notice?
Is really when I started to notice his right eye pulling out. Because especially when I was nursing him, he preferred one side over the other, and I noticed a huge change in 3 weeks. And it was a constant change. Like I had to look to see if his eyes were crossed.
Oh,
like,
wow.
I mean,
and it was his right eye that wouldn't go outside. Right. It would always just come to the middle.
It would always be in here.
Do you remember?
And he was always like this,
yeah.
but I thought it was because of his eyes, but it was his spine.
It was his spine twisting.
He would never turn his neck.
Yeah. I remember when we tried to turn his head to the right, we just were trying to get him to go to the right, and he wouldn't turn at all. Yeah. He was locked up.
Yeah.
And probably from birth trauma or through some falls that kids have. And that's just undetected, because kids don't have neck pain. He's not going to complain, Mom, I have neck pain, but he won't move his neck.
Right,
so
he would always just be like this to turn. Like
yeah, that was it, and we saw that when we checked his posture. So after just like probably in the 2 week range, when we started checking, his posture started to calm down, and then it started to hold a little bit longer and a little bit longer, and it got easier and easier. And lo and behold, that eye stayed good, and it's been a couple months, and it's been doing great. Huh? So you know how many times that babies are just pulled out at birth, and trauma can happen, and acid reflux or an eye problem or any type of situation that we're just not told to go to the chiropractor. You know, that would be the last resort of any resort. That's why we go out in the community and do our talks. So, you know, any nerve pressure can cause any problem.
I mean, I even was talking to the couple I talked to. They are familiar with chiropractor, the profession, but they didn't think there was anything. They were like, well, I don't know if they'll be able to help. So they didn't even know that, until they went to your dinner.
There's very few chiropractors, I think, approaching it with the whole body approach, the whole life. You know, if there's pressure on a nerve, anything can happen. From a visual, my daughter had it, and within 8 days it was corrected. And you know, anything can happen, but chiropractors are focused more on pain relief or back pain and neck pain, and they treat you just for that, and it's done. he had no back pain or neck pain, but he had nerve pressure. And the amazing thing is that would have led to a host of learning disabilities and just a lot of extraneous work medically to see if it could even fix or get help. And if they pulled it back through the surgery, they didn't fix the problem. They just pulled it out.
And
so
then it would need to be done again because he'd be adjusted. And I mean, it's something that wasn't 100% too risky.
Now if we can get this tongue to go in, then we have another miracle. Huh? So that's awesome. I mean, this is little Wesley, and we're going to see a healthy, super-duper boy with good eyes. Huh? So thanks for doing this, and you'll change some people's lives doing this. I mean, people are out there that have never heard, so that's what this is for.